Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. We are going to be graphing linear inequalities. This live is all about inequalities. We're going to do compound. If we can make it there. Welcome in, welcome in. Double tap your screen. If you know anybody struggling with graphing linear inequalities, please share this live out with them. Let's get started. Hey, Cammie, welcome back, hun. I hope you had Hey, Sway, good afternoon. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for the double taps. Thank you, thank you. All right, so number 1 says select a point that is not a solution of the graph. Hey, Tone Tone. Hey, Greedius, see? Hey. So put your answers in the chat. What do you guys say number 1 is? We're looking for a point that is not a solution on the graph. So what's a point that's not? Is it A, B, C, or D? What do you guys say for number 1? All right, so let's talk about what are the solutions, okay? Solutions are any point that's in this shaded region, okay? So all these points that are in this shaded region is a solution. So let's plot this. So if we have -2, -4, if we go to -2 on the x and we drop down -4, you see how this first point here, -2, -4, is in the shaded region. So this would be our answer. Now let me show you why the other ones are not. So if we plotted 0, -3, 0, -3, although it looks like it is in the shaded region, it is not because it's on a dotted line. And when a point is on a dotted line, that means it is not included. So that's why this point doesn't count. Any questions on that part? Hey, AMT, welcome. Thank you, Tone Tone. Okay, Savannah said, I don't get it. Okay, so let's talk about Savannah. So this is a dotted line. And if you have a point on a dotted line, that means it's not included. So let's look at the other points, okay? So the other point, if we go 4, so remember X is always first, 4, and then we drop down, to -5. Oh, this got to be a select all. I got to fix this. So 4, -5 is also in the shaded region. Oh, I try to trick y'all. I'm tricking myself. So select a point that is not a solution, right? We don't want to select the points that are a solution. So this right here is C. This first one here, which is not our answer. This one is not because it is a solution. So it would be, I think I did this one in green. Boom, boom, right there. And then -5, -5, -6. So if we go -5, and then if we drop down -6, it will be a point right here. And those are all solutions. So the one that's not a solution, which it says right there, not, is actually B. B is not a solution because it's on the dotted line. So hopefully that now doesn't make more sense. Hopefully it makes more sense. All right. Let's go to number 2. So it says, which inequality is represented in the graph? Okay. Would you guys say A, B, C, or D? I'm going to post it on YouTube. Yes. So which equation represents this graph is what it's asking. Now, the first thing that I always tell my students, pay attention to the line, right? Here we have a solid line. And since we have a solid line, we know C and D are out. C and D are out because they don't have that equal to. And if you have a dotted line, they have to have like just greater than or less than without the equal to. So as soon as you see this solid line, it's either going to be A or B. Now, let's talk about it, right? Some people are confused on what this really means, right? So greater than, okay? So this is greater than. And this one here is less than. So this is saying your x's and y's have to be greater than 3, okay? So if we look at the line, is it shading greater than or just shading less than? What do you guys say in the chat? Is it B or A? Okay, I see B. Okay. Less than, greater than or equal to 3. A, greater than. Okay, so we're like 50-50 right now. So what we can do is, well, there's multiple ways to do it. But I say pick a point. So I'm going to choose this point, -2, 1. Now you could choose any point you want, okay? Any point, as long as it's in the shaded region. So I'm going to test A. So I'm going to do -5 times, remember, I chose -2 for x, plus 3 times 1. And I'm going to see if that's greater than 3. So a negative times a negative is a positive. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 3 times 1 is 3. Greater than 3. Well, 10 plus 3 is 13. Is 13 greater than or equal to 3? Is that true? Is this a true statement? Yes, yes. Good. So since this is true, we know A is our answer. Okay. So whenever you get confused, remember less than would have to be underneath, because this is less than because it's going towards the negative here on the y, versus greater than, it has to go up. It's greater than 3. This is algebra 1. Algebra 1. All right. Okay, let's go to the next. Okay, so for this one, it says, select a point that is a solution of the graph. All right, so are you guys saying it's A, B, C, or D? Let me see those answers in the chat. It's not showing? Oh, let me scoot it down. Is it A, B, C, or D? I see B. Okay. B, B, B. Yep, you're welcome. B. Okay, I see everybody got B. So, okay, so B is 0 up 1, which is a point right here. You can see it's on a solid line, so it is included. So B is our answer. I'm so Sigma. I love it. Sigma said, I'm going to say it's B because everybody's saying it's B. All right, let's go to number 4. So now we also have to know, right? We also have to know how to graph them ourselves. So there's multiple ways on how we can graph this. We can use y equals mx plus b, and we can use where we find x-intercepts. So I'm going to do this one where we use the x-intercepts. Okay. So if I want to find the x-intercept, I have to make y equal to, does anybody know what I have to make y equal to? Good. It looks like what you're learning right now. Perfect. 0, 0, 0. Good. Yes. So we have to make y 0. So then I'm going to put 6x plus 3 times 0, because whenever a number is attached to a letter, they're multiplied, and then greater than 12. All right. So now we have 6x. Now 3 times 0 is just 0. So this this goes away. Okay. And we could drop down our greater than 12. What's my last step? How do I get x by itself? Blackbird, I know AMT. I don't know if AMT's still in here, but AMT does calculus. Divide, divide. Good, you guys, divide. So we're going to divide by 6, divide by 6. This cancels. And we have x is greater than 12 divided by 6 is 2. Okay, so this is going to be, so this is where 1 point is going to be, okay? So x is going to be at 2. So that's, we could say our intercept is 2, 0. So I'm going to put a point right here. And now let's find our y-intercept. So when we find our y-intercept, we do the opposite. We make x equal to 0. So we're going to do 6 times 0 plus 3y is greater than 12. Well, 6 times 0 just goes to 0. And so really we're doing 3y is greater than 12. Like you guys are going to say, divide, divide. And we get y is greater than 4. So our intercept is going to be 0, 4. So we find 0 here and go up to the 4. And that's our point. All right, so now we have to ask ourselves, what type of line are we drawing? Are we drawing a solid line or a dash line? Let me see it in the chat. Are we doing solid or dash? What are we doing? Thank you for the follows, you guys. Thank you for the double taps. Dashed, dashed, solid. Dash, dash, solid. Ooh, we got a 50-50. Okay. We are dashed. Why are we dashed? Because we do not have an equal sign underneath there. We don't have an equal to. It's just greater than. So we are going to be a dash line. So we're going to do dash, dash, dash. Let me see. So we're going over 2, up 4. So we can go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, over 2. And that will be our next point. And when you do inequalities, you want to make your line go all the way through. Okay? All the way through. And now, okay, this is where sometimes it's hard for people to see. Which way is greater than? Is left greater than, or is the right greater than? Let me see. In the chat, say left or right. Ooh, right, 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 right. Oh, hey, Jacinda. Hey, hon. Right, right, right. Okay, so right. Good. Okay, everybody's saying right. Now, before we shade, I'm always going to do a test point just to make sure. Okay, so I'm going to choose some point on the right here. So let's say I choose 3, 3. I'm going to test it to make sure that it's right. So I'm going to do 6 times 3 plus 3 times 3 is greater than 12. Well, 6 times 3 is 18, and 3 plus 3 is 9. And 18 is already greater than than 12. So we know this is true. And since it's true, we're shading all here and up. And that's our answer. Hi, Dustin. All right, let's keep it pushing. Okay. Okay, so we have another one of these. Okay, it's in standard notation. Now, we did this with intercepts, right? Now there's another way. Wait, can you go back, please? Yes, I can. There's another way that we can do this without doing intercepts. And I want to do that next one like it. Yes, hi. This is Algebra 1. Oh, good. You did this today? Perfect. Uh-oh. Yep, you're so welcome. Doing great. I cannot complain. If x is greater than 2. Oh, wait. Hold on. I got a question. So somebody said, if x is greater than 2, why did you put it at 2? Oh, okay, great. Because I'm just finding my intercept. So although my answers are going to be greater than 2, but I know my line is going to cross at 2, 0. It's going to go through. And that's why it's a dotted line. It's not including 2. Because it's a dash line. But I know I'm going to, like, this is my intercept for this line. And 4 is my intercept as well. So I was just finding my intercepts. Great question, Sean. Okay. All right. Can we go to the next? Oh, so how did you know to put the 0.4 and -4 in? Great question, Cammie. I just chose, I put 3 in for this one. And I chose 3 because I knew, because everybody was saying I'm going to shade right, but I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to check. So I just chose any point on this right side. It didn't have to be 3. It could have been 5, 4. Basically, any point on this side will always make this equation true. So it will be a solution. So I was just checking to make sure. So I'll do that this week. Yep, Black. Yes, Black. AMT does calculus. AMT, if you're still in here, somebody's looking for calculus help. So I know you tutor. I know you do calculus. Okay. All right. So graph the inequality. All right. Let's do it. So this time, I want to use the y equals mx plus b, which is called the slope-intercept form, okay? So I want to solve this for y. Can somebody tell me my first step? What do I have to move to the other side? What do I have to move to the other side? Subtract 10. The x, beautiful, yes. So I'm going to subtract 10x to both sides. This cancels, and I'm going to drop down 2y is less than or equal to. Can somebody tell me what do we get on this side? Put it in the chat. What do we get on this side? On this side, put it in the chat. What do we get on this side? 10 minus 10x, 10x, negative 10x plus 10. Good. These are not like terms, you guys. They both do not have an X. So we just write them horizontally. Okay, now I was seeing somebody said divide by 2. Perfect. Divide, divide. This cancels, and we get y is less than negative 5x plus 5. All right. Now we need to identify our slope and our y-intercept. Can somebody tell me, so my slope is negative 5 over 1. I'll be going down to the right. And then my b, I should have you guys say it, but the b is 5, okay? This is your m, this is your b. Okay, this is where you start on y-axis. Okay, that's where you start on the y-axis. All right. Any questions just on that part, you guys? Any questions just on that part? Welcome in, you guys. We are graphing inequalities for algebra. What is it? Algebra 1. Somebody said, why can't you cancel out? Hold on. Why can't we cancel out with the 0 again? Oh, this doesn't go to 0 because they're not like terms. In order for this to go to 0, it would have to have an X here. So since these are not like terms, you have to write them out horizontally. You can't combine them. Great question, Kay. All right, let's keep it going. So we're going to start at 5 on our y-axis. So we put our point here. Our slope says to drop down 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and run over 1. We could do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. All right. Okay. What type of line are we going to have? Are we doing dashed or solid? What type of line are we having? Dashed or solid? Thank you for the shares, you guys. I see those shares. Can everybody double tap their screen? Solid, solid, solid. Beautiful. Good. Everybody's saying solid. Okay, it's solid again because of this equal sign underneath. So we're going to draw a solid line. Okay. Are we shading left or are we shading right? Let me see those answers in the chat. Left or right? Which way do we shade? Left or right? I see right, right. Wait, left, wait. Right, right. I have no clue. That's an honest truth. I love it. Right, left. Oh, we're kind of all over the place. So this is why I say, if you believe one way, test your point. Don't just start shading. Just test it real quick. So I'm going to test 0, 0. Okay, I'm going to test 0, 0. So I'm going to plug in 10 times 0 plus 2 times 0. And it has to be less than 10. Well, 0 plus 0 is less than 10. 0 is less than 10. It's true. And since it's a true statement, that's the area that I shade. I shade to the left. And remember, this is less than. So everything on the left is less than. And this is the way we would shade. Now, some people might be like, oh, man, okay, I still don't get it. Okay, well, let's just, for the people that were choosing the right, let me show you why it doesn't work. If we choose a point here, right? Let's say we choose 4, 2. So we'll plug in 10 times 4 plus 2 times 2. Has to be less than 10. Well, 4 times 10 is 40. And 2 times 2 is 4. Right then and there, 40 is not less than 10. So this is false. And since it's false, we can't shade anything on this side of the line. Any questions? Yeah, you say hi. Any questions? Can you zoom out more? I don't know if I can make it any taller. Is this, Cammy, does this fit the screen? If I move it up a little bit? Oh, okay. So somebody said, Bree said, if the sign, if the site was greater than or equal to, then we would shade the top, and we can test the same. Yes. You're lost and you're confused on the shading part? Yeah, let's do another one. Let's do another one. So let's do number 6, okay? Let's do number 6. So they already have it in y is less than negative 5x. I already have it in slope intercept form. All right. So first thing you have to be able to identify is what is the m and what is your b. Can somebody tell me what my b is? What is the b? Good. 4. Good. 4, 4, 4. Beautiful. So my b is 4. This is the b. Remember, this is where you start on the y-axis. So we're going to put a big point right there on 4. Now, what does my slope tell me I have to do? What is the slope? Negative, that's it. Yes, negative 5 over 1. Beautiful. Don't forget that negative on it. So negative 5 over 1, and we go down 5 to the right 1. Perfect. So from this point, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over to the positive 1. We're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. And the only reason why I did it, you only need 2 lines, but I have no ruler. And remember, when you're shading, you need the whole entire thing. So now you have to ask yourself, is it dashed or solid? Which one is it? Is it dashed or solid? Dotted. Good. Dash, dash, dash. Ooh. So it can't be a full line because it doesn't have the line underneath. It doesn't have that equal sign. See how this one up here had the equal sign underneath the inequality? So when it's just less than, it's going to be dashed. And so we're going to do here, here. We're just going to dash it all the way through. Okay. All right. Now, I did say this is less than. Are we shading left or right? Which way are we shading? Left or right? Shade right, shade left. We got all over the place. Okay, so now, okay, I'm going to go with what I saw first. I think I saw shade right. I think that's what I saw first. So I'm going to choose a point over here. Okay, I'm going to choose a point. So I'm going to choose 2, 2. Okay, and I'm going to test that point. So if I choose 2, 2, I'm saying I'm plugging in 2 for y. 2 is less than negative 5 times 2 plus 4. Let's see if this is true. 2 is less than, well, negative 5 times 2 is a negative 10 plus 4. Well, negative 10 plus 4 is negative 6. Is 2 less than negative 6? Is that true or false? No, 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 no. Is 2 smaller than -6? It is false. 2 is way bigger than -6, so this is false. And since this is false, that means I can't shade anything in this side because this point was not true. I don't even have to test the other side because I know that side has to work out. So this side will work. Okay. All right. Good job, you guys. Oh, I'm sorry, lucky lady. Sometimes it be like that though. It's just depending on the day. Our brains be like, nah, I ain't fooling with it.
The turtle things.
The turtle?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're about to eat. Go ask your dad to make you a plate, okay?
I want some turtle, please.
After you eat dinner. Okay. So let's do this one. So graph the inequality. Y is greater than -2. All right. So when you have, see how we don't have no X? So when we don't have that, we're either drawing a horizontal line or a vertical. Which way do we graph this one? Is it up and down or left to right? Is it horizontal or vertical? Let me see it horizontal. Good, listen. Yes. Horizontal soul, yes. Left to right, left to right. Good. So now we know that which way we're going, right? Now we know that y is greater than or equal to -2. So I'm going to put a point right here on the y-axis at -2. Now I ask myself, is it a dashed or solid line? Is it dashed or solid? Oh, you're so welcome, Max. Full line, solid. Good, solid, solid. It is solid because you see how it has this equal sign underneath the inequality? So it has to be solid line. And it's a solid horizontal line. All right, which way do we shade? What does this symbol mean? Do we shade above or below? Up or down? I see a whole bunch of above, the top. Okay, because this means greater than. Well, the numbers that are greater than -2 on the y-axis is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to shade above. So all this area is going to be shaded. But again, right, we're not going to just take my word for it. We're going to always test point, right? So let's say if I choose a point right here. Let's say if I choose 2, okay? And this is on the y-axis. So I'm going to say y is 2. Is 2 greater than or equal to -2? So is 2 greater than -2? True. So we shaded correct. Yes, good. Beautiful. All right, what about number 8? Oh, let's go. T's in the house. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, vertical line, vertical line. Open. Okay. So I see vertical line. Beautiful, because it's an X. So we have X at 3, and we're going to do a vertical line. That means up and down. Okay. Now, I just saw somebody said open. Well, am I doing a dashed vertical dash line? Me, yes. Vertical dash means said it's going to be dash because I don't have that equal sign underneath. Dash, dash, dash.
He's not gonna make me a point.
Okay. No worries. I'll do it. Dash, 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 dash. All right. So we have a dash line there. And then we're going to shade. Which way are we going to shade? Are we shading left or are we shading right? Give me just a second, son. And I got you. Left or right? Oh, I see left, left, left. Good. Now, you can see how I said this is, well, see how this is pointing this way? So it's less than, so it's going less. It's like you shading the way it's pointing. And you can only do this because, you can only look at it that way with left and right when it's a vertical line, right? Because when it's a horizontal line, we look up, we do up or below. So when it's a vertical line, if it's pointing to the left, you shade to the left. If it's pointing to the right, you shade to the right. All right. Okay, this is the last one I have. It is an ACT problem. I always, if it's on the ACT, it will be on my worksheets, right? You will see it as an example. I try to have my kids see it. The language, there's 5 options. So you guys go ahead and try this one. Oh, let me pull it down. Oh, no, don't say you're cooked. Just study, study. Try to study. 32 days, huh? I might have to do some ACT tests. Strategy for you guys. You guys got 32 days. So go ahead, everybody, look at this one. See what you guys can do. All right. So, let's talk about, is it the best way? What best way we can do this? I'm trying to think. Literally, we could just pick a point, right? We could just pick a point and see which one of the equations it works out for. That's one way. Or, we do have... We do have 2 equations that are the same here, right? Just based off of, we know it's going to be dotted. They did not help us there, so we can't eliminate there. But we can do, since it's going below less than, I can eliminate B, because that's greater than, and I can eliminate D. Just based off of knowing that it's shading less than. So it's less than, less than, less than. So that just eliminates some of my options. And then we could do a test point, right? I can choose 1 comma -4. And then I can plug in. So let's say I think it's C, right? So I could plug in 1 minus 4 times a -4. And is that going to be less than 12? Well, 1, and then a negative times a negative is a plus. 4 times 4 is 16, which is less than 12. Well, 17 is not less than 12. So I know that one is out. All right, so now I'm going to go to E. So if I have 4 times 1, because I made X 1, and then Y is -4, less than -3. Well, 4 minus 4 is 0. Is 0 less than -3? Is that true? Is 0 less than -3? No. Yes. No, no, no. Yeah, 0 is not less than -3. -3 is smaller than 0. So this is false. So since this is false, this is out. So then A has to be my answer. I'll show you why A is the answer though. Let's plug it in. So we have 1 plus 4 times, oh, A is not it, huh? -4. Oh, yeah, it is. Less than -12. So 1, 4 times a positive times a negative is a negative. And then 4 times 4 is 16. And then 1 minus 16 is -15. Is -15 less than -12? Oh, thank you. Yes, B said yes. Yes, Emma, yes. Good. -15 is smaller than -12. So, since this is true, A is our equation. So, for sure, you guys, if you understand less than, greater than, that can already help you out so much, right? You're not even wasting time checking this one and this one. And then, like I said, we thought it was this one. And just, yeah. So, quick. All right. Okay, now we're going to get into some solving compound inequalities. How many people are working on compound inequalities? And is anybody working on these right now in class? You need tutoring? Email me, hit the link in my bio, or you can email me at Impact Math. I'll put it right here. Impact Math 19 at Gmail. Yep. Ace, I do radicals. All right, okay, so my son is, I love it. All right, so good, okay. So solve the compound inequality. Okay, so, all right. So this is very similar to one-step equations. We want to get this x by itself. So what do I have to do here, you guys, if I want this x by itself? Put it in the chat. Yes, this is on the GED. They do have inequalities on the GED. They also have that graphing that's on the GED that we just finished. Add 3. Yes, good. So we're going to add 3. And yes, I do geometry as well. Less than -2. Or, so we can't stop right now, right? Because we have 2 options that have a -2. All right. Do people see their answer? Are you going with A or D? This is algebra 1. A, okay. D, ooh, D, okay. So here we have to solve this equation. We want this x by itself, so we're going to minus 2 to both sides, and then we get x is greater than 5. So D is our answer. Okay, now let's go up to here. We want to write a compound inequality that describes the graph. Okay, so here goes our graph. Are you getting A, B, C, or D? D, C, D. Oh, we kind of all over the place with this one. B, C. All right, so because it is shaded in between these lines, you guys, because the shading's in between these, A and C are out because these are ors. Ors would have to be shading, there would have to be a space in between. So whenever you're graphing and, they connect the 2 points, okay? So it's going to be written like this or like this. Now, solid circles. This is a solid. That means your inequality has to have an equal sign underneath it. Because this is a solid circle, it has to have an equal sign. Well, the only one that has an equal sign is B. And B is our answer. Any questions just on that, you guys? Okay, good. All right, let's go to the next. Okay, Mars, where are you confused at? Good, your fave. I'm so happy. Fair, thank you so much for the roses. Okay, so let me see. Let me try to read these comments real quick. So somebody said, oops. I know this info from somewhere in the back of my brain because I got the last 2 correct. I love it. I love it. Okay, so good. Okay. I'm trying to go up. It's not sliding up. So let me see. All right, let's keep on pushing then. Okay, I don't see any more questions. Thank you so much for sharing the live. Thank you for all the follows, the double taps. I appreciate it. Okay, so number 2 says solve the inequality. What's the first thing that we have to move to the other side, you guys? 1, 1, 1. Good. Subtract 1. Perfect. So I'm going to subtract 1 and subtract 1. Do I have to subtract 1 to anywhere else? Or is that good? Good. The 3. 3. Yes. Because we do it to the middle, to the right, but we also have to go to the left. This cancels. So 3 minus 1 is 2, which is less than 2x, which is less than or equal to 7 minus 1 is 6. All right, we need that x by itself. What's our last step, you guys? Subtract 2. Ooh. Divide, divide, divide. Good, because whenever a number is attached to a letter, remember they're multiplied together. So to undo that multiplication, you have to divide. And when we divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So this cancels. And we have 2 divided by 2 is 1. Drop down our sign. Drop down our sign. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And so you will see A would be our answer. Okay. All right, let's go down to 4. Let's go to 4. So here we have solve the compound inequality. We have this. Yes, Slay. Yes, Kay. All right, so how do we get x by itself? Heidi, yes. Multiply by 3. Beautiful. Remember, this is division, you guys. So if we want to undo that division, we're going to multiply everything by 3. So we get -1 times 3 gets us -3. Well, I know A and D are out. Now I have a 50-50 chance. Even if I don't know the rest, if I just look at this side, 2 times 3, 6. It has to be C. Good, yes. Now some people might be like, well, what's happening here, right? Really this is 3x over 3. And 3 divided by 3 cancels. So that's why it's left with -3 is less than x, which is less than 6. Yes, if x, the signs would switch. Yes, if we divide it by a negative, the sign switch. If we multiply by a negative, the sign switch. Yes, they do. Okay, which one are you confused on? Are you confused on the last one? Where can I buy these worksheets? Thank you for asking. You can get them off my website. So let me show you guys real quick. So if you click on my TikTok, wait, I gotta open it up. You never know what be on your For You page, right? Let me see. So if you go to my profile, so if you go here to my profile and you click my link tree, there it should take you. Thank you for the follows, you guys. Ooh, if it comes on, right? My internet's slow. So right now, you guys, okay, here goes my worksheet subscriptions right there. Now, if you're looking for ASVAB help, I do have a GED bootcamp coming October. It's on pre-sale right now. So I was just, you jump on it because it's discounted. Unless you're going to drop in, it's going to be higher. Okay. So these are my boot camps, my one-on-one tutoring. And then here we have all my worksheets you can have access to for $25 for a month. Okay. So I did want to show you guys that. Tutoring, boot camps, join me. Okay. All right, let's keep it pushing.
Mom,
So, I made your food, baby.
food.
It's on the table.
Making a plate. Making a plate, Mommy.
Okay, I got you a plate on the table.
Okay.
Or, yeah. Okay. So, solve the compound inequality. All right, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna subtract 1 to both sides. So, -1, -1. And we get 2x is less than -3 minus 1 is -4. All right, now I have a question, you guys. Am I flipping my sign here? Heidi said divide by 2. Okay, I'm going to divide and I'm going to divide. I get x -2. Does my sign flip or stay the same? No flip, stays the same. No. Good. No. It stays good. Yes, don't fall for that trick, right? we divide it by a positive number, so it stays the same. Only when we divide by a negative number does it flip. Perfect. All right, what's our first step over here? So right now, I can get rid of C and B, right? I have 50-50 chance. Heidi said add 4. That's it. Said add 4. Christina said add 4. I love it, you guys. We're going to plus 4. Plus 4. This cancels, and we get 3x is greater than 5 plus 4 is 9. All right. How do we get x by itself? If you're saying divide, beautiful. X is greater than 3. So A is our answer. Okay. Okay, let's go down here to number 7. Okay, so number 7, what do we do first? Does anybody see? Subtract 13? Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to subtract 13. Subtract 13. We get negative 4a is greater than or equal to 16. A is less than or equal to negative 4. I love it. Divide and flip that sign. Here we go. We're dividing by a negative 4. Whenever we divide by a negative, we must flip the sign. And we get negative 4 here. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so let's go here. So now we're going to do, what are we going to do first here, you guys? Add 14, add 14. Good, right? Because we want this 6a by itself. So we're going to plus 14, and we get 24 is less than 6a. All right, what do we do next? Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the double taps. Divide both sides. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to divide both sides by 6. And we get 4 is less than a. Okay. What does this mean? Yes, Christina, what's your question, hon? Then you have the inequality because the variable has to go first. Good. A is greater than 4. Perfect. Because in inequalities, we want to read it as A is greater than 4. But both of those will work. Perfect. All right. And you know we can't do no inequalities without word problems, right? I mean, this is the closest like math that you can get to real life, right? Everybody be like, oh, where do I see this in real life? Baby, inequalities, we see this every day. Can I get into the movie theater if I'm under 17 to this rated R movie, right? Can I ride on this ride? Do I fit the height, right? This is where the real life comes in. So, number 9. I know. Lucia said, I hate word problems. I know, they're a pain. So, number 9. I know. Lucia said, I hate word problems. I know, they're a pain. They are just went off. Okay, I'm gonna try to finish up this last one, but I do have tutoring. Actually, I cannot. I have tutoring appointment at 6 o'clock my time. Thank you so much for the gifts. I will most definitely be on tomorrow. I don't know what time yet, but hopefully I can catch you guys tomorrow live. I will be finishing up this, and then continuing. Okay. All right, you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye, everyone.